Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we finally get to have the game we've been waiting for. The 13-1 Viking girls are getting ready to take on the 13-2 Elk Mound Mounders. The Vikings and the Mounders are occupying the top two slots in the Dunn-St Croix Conference, so tonight's game could go a long way toward determining this year's conference champion. The Vikings are coming off a 71-28 win over Glenwood City Hilltoppers on Thursday, while also on Thursday, the Mounders defeated the Plum City Elmwood Wolves 55-32. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Elk Mound Mounders and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Elk Mound High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's Dunn-St Croix Conference girls basketball game between the Elk Mound Mounders and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to remain undefeated and sitting atop the conference standings following their conference win of 71-28 over the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Now, in that game, the Vikings were able to utilize their balanced scoring as 11 Viking players tallied points, and the entire lineup saw significant playing time. They were led by 5'7" sophomore McKenna Shipman, who hit on 8 field goals and 5 free throws for 21 points. She was followed by Maddie Barstead, who hit 2 field goals, 3 free throws, and a three-pointer for 10 points. J.C. Bovey and Emily Bertram Schofield added 8 and 7 points, respectively. Thus far on the season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Shipman, who's averaging nearly 16 points per game. She's followed by Barstead, who's putting up over 11 points per game. Also leading contributors include Emily Bertram Schofield with over 9 points per game, as well as Jillian Bovey and Jasmine Best, who are adding nearly 6 points per game. Leading the way in rebounding for the Vikings is Shipman, who is grabbing 7 rebounds per game. Also making her presence felt is Barstead, who pulls down an average of 5 boards per game, as well as Bertram Schofield, Jeanette Hajdukovic, and Ainsley Olson, who average around 4 rebounds per game each. Last Thursday, the Mounders moved their conference record to 6-0 with a 55-32 victory over the Plum City Elmwood Wolves. Now, in that game, the Mounders were led in scoring by 5'3" junior guard Tori Blaskowski, who was good for 16 points. She was followed by Lydia Levera and Olivia Schreiber, who pitched in 10 points each. Now, thus far on the season, the Mounders are led by a 3-headed monster of Ellie Shizik, Stella Rude, and Tori Blaskowski, all average just under 13 points per game. Those 3 are followed by Brooke Emery and Olivia Schreiber, who average 7 and 5 points, respectively. The leading rebounder for Elk Mound is also Rude, who's grabbing 6 rebounds per game, followed by Blaskowski, who's pulling down nearly 5, and Schreiber, who pulls in 4. Now, this is a game many people have had circled on their calendars for quite a while. And then, due to COVID, they had to wait a while longer. But the time is here. It pits two of the preseason favorites in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, and each team is currently unbeaten in conference play. The winner of this game will surely be in the driver's seat in their quest for the conference title. The Vikings come into the game scoring an average of 62 points, while the Mounders average 60. Defensively, the Vikings give up 39 points, while the Mounders surrender 37. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. And Coach, back on Thursday, the Vikings took care of business by knocking off the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, like I said, after the game, I thought it was a good team win. It was nice to be back on the court after taking, quite a bit of time off from playing games anyways. And it was a good game for us to be able to get our feet back under us and just kind of work out some of the kinks and some rest. And, I thought defensively we were very good. We missed a lot of easy ones at the start, but once the ball, found the basket, I think, things started to roll or whatever. Our press got us some good, easy looks, and we were able to score off of turnovers. So I was happy.
Well, as you indicated, that game provided somewhat of a tune-up for tonight's game, as well as the opportunity to knock off a little rust from that COVID-related layoff that you had. Because tonight, you take on the Elk Mound Mounders, and like the Vikings, the Mounders come into tonight's game undefeated in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. What can you tell us about the challenges that the Mounders present?
Yeah, they have a lot of kids who can, score and put the ball in the basket. We have to make sure that we, keep their two stars in check. And, I know Jazzy has guarded the other team's best guard pretty much every single game, it feels like. And she always does a good job. She's such a hard-nosed defender, and I don't think that the other team, appreciates her guarding them. So I know she'll do a great job on, Blaskowski, and I know Kenna's up for the challenge for guarding Stella Rude. And, the Shizik girl is definitely capable of putting the ball in the basket. And Emily knows she has to have a small triangle and, do a good job on closeouts for her.
Now, when I look at the Elk Mound statistics, they almost look like a carbon copy of the Viking statistics. You've got Stella Rude, Tori Blaskowski, Ellie Shizik as a freshman, putting up numbers that are almost identical to McKenna Shipman, Maddie Barstead, and Emily Bertram Schofield. What intrigues you about this matchup?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a battle of who can play better defense, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be us. I think, top to bottom, we have 5 kids and more off the bench who defend night in and night out, and they know it's an expectation. And, I'm confident that, our girls are going to come ready to play. But regardless of the outcome, if we can stick to the things that our team is known for, and that's, great defense and winning the rebound battle and just never giving up, I'll be, happy with whatever the outcome is.
Now, it would seem as though the winner of tonight's game would be in the catbird seat for the Dunn-St. Croix Conference race. How are the Viking girls reacting to the importance of this game?
Every game is important, so I think they treat, each game as, their next opportunity to move towards our goals. So we know, night in and night out, you have to come ready to play. You have to show up. We play a really tough schedule. So this game isn't any different than those. It might have a little bit more meaning in the conference race, but they know that we treat every game the same way. And so I know that they'll be ready to play.
Well, Coach Thurau, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will be able to take that big step towards winning the 4th consecutive Dunn-St. Croix Conference title, that goal you just referred to.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's going to be, a fun atmosphere, and, it's always a big game for the community too. So.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to take a big step as they strive for a 4th consecutive Dunn-St. Croix Conference title. On the other hand, the Mounders would like nothing more than to unseat the 3-time conference champion Vikings, and a win tonight would be a huge step towards doing just that. Now, we had to wait 11 days for this matchup due to COVID, but game time is here. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball. And after the smoke clears, we'll see who's ready to make that title push. So we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Elk Mound High School, where Dan Petchow and I will bring you all the action of today's girls' battle for first place in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference between the Colfax Vikings and the Elk Mound Mounders. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
Adielki's pass gets intercepted. Barstead, she brings it back down the floor. Cuts into the lane. Jumper from the lane, nothing but net time.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Barstead over to the left side to Best, who puts up the three and hit it. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. She's got 8 points.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Pass down the left side to Hajdukovic. Hook shot goes up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the power forward hook. Well, good afternoon or evening, and welcome to Elk Mound High School. And this is the game we've been waiting for. Dan Petschow along with me. I'm Rick Olson. Chris Olson on the camera. The Elk Mound pep band across the way, being rowdy as they should be. And we're going to have a big crowd here. Like I said, this is the one we've been waiting for, Dan.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest games of the conference, I do believe. Both undefeated, both big crosstown rivalry, if you can call it crosstown, just down the highway here. So, yeah, this is a big matchup.
And unfortunately, the Mounders are going to come in a little short-handed today. One of their major players, Stella Rue, is in the middle of concussion protocol, so she will not be playing in tonight's game. That's a big loss for the Mounders, but they have plenty of talent. The Vikings are still going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, you know, both teams kind of know each other pretty well, so it's going to be who's going to survive in the end. It'll probably just come to the free throws. So.
It could very well. As I was looking at the statistics going into this game, they had Ellie Shizik, Tori Pastelski, and Stella Rue. We mentioned this in Coach's Corner. Those three, their numbers matched up very nicely with Shipman, Bertram, Schofield, and Barstead. Unfortunately, they don't have Stella Rude, but they've got people like Lydia Lebro who've had big games. Emery has had big games. So they will have somebody step up and fill in that spot very accurately. Well, we've got about a little over 5 minutes to go before we get started with this one. So I'll tell you what, why don't we take a time out and get a couple of words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's game. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit DairyStateBank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at Elk Mound High School. In fact, Chris, if you can get the band director to take a look at that trombone he's blowing on. It's kind of an inside joke between Dan and his wife. She sometimes disturbs him by blasting a trombone at him. And so I just sent her a picture of that orange trombone and said, hey, I've got one for deer hunting for you.
Yeah.
Andy's gonna love that, Dan.
You know the difference between this guy and me? He knows how to play it.
Hey, we got a big game to deal with tonight, though. So, Dan, why don't you let us know who's going to play in tonight's game?
Yeah, here's the starters for Elk Mound. They're going to with junior number 3, Brooke Emery. Freshman number 5, Ellie Shizik. Sophomore number 15, Lydia Lebra. Junior number 23, Tori Blaskowski. And senior number 33, Olivia Schreiber. For the Colfax Vikings, they're going to go with senior number 12, Jillian Bovey. Senior number 22, Maddie Barstead. Senior number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield. Junior number 32, Jasmine Best. And sophomore number 42, McKenna Shipman.
Okay, and that's the regular starting lineup for the Vikings that they've had all season. And so they'll continue. It's been a winning combination for them so far. Vikings come into this game with a record of 13-1. They are 6-0 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. And the Mounders come in tonight's game with a record of 13-2, and they also are 6-0 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. And there, from a sporting perspective, there's a little competition for today's game. We look down at the broadcast table for Mounder TV and our good friend Chang Moore down there, and we see all the NFL playoff helmets for today's games lined up as well. Of course, this game is timed to end just in time for the people to get home or wherever it is they're going and watch today's Packers against the 49ers game. I see a fair amount of green and gold and Packer cheese in the stands today, in addition to the Viking red and the Elk Mound orange and black. And so it should be an interesting day of basketball today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Sarrar, how she matches up against their coach. I'm not for sure his name, but it might be a little strategies going on here between coaches.
It should be interesting. The coaches are familiar with each other.
Very, yeah.
And it's been a long time rivalry. The Elk Mound broadcaster Chang came up to me with an interesting statistic, and I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, but he was saying that in the last 37 meetings of these two teams, the Vikings have won 30 of them.
Wow.
And so they kind of had domination going on. They sure like to keep it going tonight.
Yeah, you know, the head coach who sat for 18 years, they get his daughter, Coach Sarrar, she's coaching. They got a good system going, so we'll see how this team turns out.
So we're going to send it down to the scores table for the national anthem and then starting lineups.
Please rise for the playing of the national anthem by the Elk Mound High School Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Jerry Murphy. NLWN will reward good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based intercollegiate events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Welcome to tonight's Dunn-St. Croix Girls Basketball matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Elk Mound Mounders. Starting for the Vikings, out out senior, number 12, Jillian Bovey. A senior, number 22, Madison Barstead. A senior, number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield. A senior, number 32, Jasmine Best. And a sophomore, number 42, McKenna Shipman. And now for our junior, number 3, Brooke Emery. Our freshman, number 5, Elliot Shizen. Our sophomore, number 15, Lydia Lebra. A junior, number 23, Jordan Laskowski. And a senior, number 33, Olivia Schreiber.
And there's your starting lineups for tonight's game. Going over those once again for the Mounders: Emery, Shizik, Lebra, Blaskowski, and Schreiber. And for the Vikings, the usual 5: Bovey, Barstead, Bertram Schofield, Best, and Shipman. McKenna Shipman is going to jump center for the Vikings, and stepping into the center circle for the Mounders is Olivia Schreiber. Official checks with the scorers table. Make sure the band is off the floor. Ball goes up. And the tip is controlled by the Vikings. Jasmine Best with it in the backcourt. She brings it across the timeline. Feeds it over to the left side to Bertram Schofield. Then out to Barstead, into the lane to Shipman. She puts it up, it goes in, and the Vikings are on top. Down the floor come the Mounders. Lebra feeds it out high to Blaskowski. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. And down the floor comes Bovey. Bovey on the left side. Feeds it down to the left wing to Bertram Schofield. Takes it into the lane. She lays it up. It goes in. It's going to count, and she draws the harm.
That's number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield.
Yeah, Colfax starting to work the baseline right away.
The foul's on Shizik. It's her first personal. First team foul. Emily Bertram Schofield at the line. Shot goes up and good. Five to nothing, Vikings on top. Down the floor come the Mounders. Emery with it on the right. Takes it into the lane. She gets it out to the top of the key, and then they swing it over to Blaskowski on the left. Out high to Lebra. Over to Schreiber. Over to the left side now to Lebra. Lebra gets it out to Emery. Emery to Shizik. Shizik back out to Emery. Emery puts up the three, and she hit it. Brooke Emery with a three-pointer.
Yep, good patience by Elk Mound. Get the open shot.
Best brings it across the timeline. We're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Foul number 3, Brooke Emery.
Foul's going to be on Emery. It's her first personal, second team foul on the Mounders. She gave her a little bump trying to get it as Best was trying to get across the timeline. Trying to force her out of bounds, I think. Anyway, the Vikings have it over on the left side. Bertram Schofield feeds it into the lane, and Emery intercepts the pass. Feeds it over to Shizik. Shizik at the top of the key. Takes it down the right side. Feeds it down into the right corner to Lebra. They get it underneath. The shot goes up and in by Shizik. And we're tied at 5. Mounders putting on full court pressure. Bovey with it. Gets it across the timeline to Best. Best at the top of the key. Turns. Takes it to the free throw line. Feeds it over to the left side. And Shipman puts it up and in. 7-5. Vikings on top. Mounders come down. This is Blaskowski with it. She moves over to the right side, feeds it out high to Emery. Emery moves it back over to the right, gives it to Blaskowski. She takes it over to the left, gets it to Shizik. Now they get it down into the right corner to Levra, then to Emery. Her shot is up, no good. Rebound, Levra, and we're going to get a jump ball called. That was a pretty quick whistle on that jump ball, and the Mounder fans weren't very happy with it. Schreiber to inbound. She gets it out to Levra. Then out high to Shizik. Shizik over to Emery on the left side. Now she takes it into the lane. Turns, and we're going to get a traveling call against Brooke Emery. So the Vikings will have it.
Yeah, Emery trying to go down the paint, and Colfax cut him off.
Full court pressure again. Best has it in the backcourt, being hounded by Emery. She takes it up across the timeline, streaking down underneath, gets it to Shipman, who lays it up and in. That's the danger of putting on full court pressure. Someone's going to be open under the basket. Down the floor come the Mounders. This is Levra with it from the paint, no good. Rebound by Barstead. Long lead pass down the floor, and Bertram Schofield couldn't hang on to it. But Schreiber tried to get it, and then it rolled out of bounds, so it'll be Viking ball. Vikings feed it in to Barstead in the paint, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound chased down by Shipman. Bertram Schofield has it on the left side. Drives the left baseline, tries to put it up off the bottom of the backstop. Bertram Schofield gets it back. Vikings swing it around, three-pointer on the way, no good by Barstead, and the Mounders bring it down the floor. Shizik with it, gets it over to Blaskowski. Blaskowski out between the circles. Feeds it over to the right side to Emery. Emery to Schreiber, over to Shizik. Shizik on the left. Gets it to Emery at the top of the key. Or Emery now on the right side. To Shizik, back to Emery. Emery in the paint, turns around, and they're going to call a blocking foul. I think it's going to be on Shipman. It is. That'll be the first foul on Shipman and first foul on the Vikings. Vikings on top, 9-5. 13:34 remaining in the first half. First shot is up and good by Brooke Emery.
Now to Vikings, number 10, Hydorn.
Olsen, Hydorn, and Hajdukovic into the lineup for the Vikings. Emery's second shot is on the way. It's good. 9-7, Vikings up by 2. Best has it. Mounders still putting on token pressure. Best has it at the top of the key. Gets it to Olsen on the right side. Over to the left side to Hydorn. Hydorn takes it to the top of the key. To Barstead. Barstead still at the top of the key. Feeds it over to the left side to Hajdukovic. To Best. Best tries to get it underneath to Hajdukovic. She gets it out to Olsen on the left. Now back out to the top of the key to Hydorn. Hydorn takes it out to the right. To Olsen underneath. She overlays it, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds by the Mounders. It'll be Viking ball.
Elk Mound started out a little slow. Their defense picked it up. Colfax having a little trouble getting inside.
And into the lineup for the Mounders is Allie Roeder. Ball comes into Barstead, high, wide, and left. Takes it out between the circles. To Hydorn, then into the lane, and the ball gets batted away, and the Mounders come up with it. They're trying to get it to Hajdukovic. Shizik with it, around the top of the key. Takes it over to the right side to Emery.
Back out to Schreiber, and they swing it around. Laskowski with it, then out to Shizik, and she hit the three-pointer, and the Mounders take the lead, 10-9. Vikings bring it back down the floor. Barstead on the right side gets it over to Hydorn, back out to Barstead. To Best, into the lane, then gets it over to Olsen on the left corner. Olsen on the dribble, gets it out to Hydorn. Hydorn over to the right side. Now they feed it into Hajdukovic. Back out to Best, over to Barstead. Out to Hydorn, over to Olsen. Olsen drives the left baseline, kicks it back out. Barstead has it at the free throw line. Feeds it out to Olsen, high, wide, and left. He gets it over to Best. Best drives down the right side, gets it out to Barstead, takes it into the lane. She trips over the ball, it's loose on the floor, and we're gonna get a jump ball called.
Back over the Vikings, number 42.
Barstead comes out to take a seat. Shipman back into the lineup. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Inbound pass out high to Shipman. She's trying to take it down the lane. It got knocked out of her hand. She got it back, got it to Olsen. Out to Hydorn between the circles. Over to the right side to Shipman. Shipman back over to the left to Best. Best at the free throw line. Ball got knocked loose by Blaskowski. Scramble for it on the floor. Mounders have it, and down the floor they come. Shizik with it across the timeline. She's between the circles. Fading over to the right side. Now to Schreiber. To Blaskowski on the left. To Emery down the right side of the lane, and she took an extra step before she got rid of the ball. Hajdukovic comes out. Bertram Schofield back in. So Best on the dribble for the Vikings. 10:41 remaining in the first half. Hydorn with it from the free throw line. She hit it. Vikings back on top, 11-10. Mounders pass it down, and Roeder with it. Gets it out to Blaskowski on the right side. Over to Emery at the top of the key. To Roeder on the left. Down into the left corner to Schreiber. Schreiber swings around and gets it to Blaskowski. Drives the lane, puts it up, no good. But she drew the foul. It's either going to be Shipman or... Yeah, I guess the foul's on Best. I thought it was either Shipman or Olsen, and neither of those. So Tori Blaskowski at the line. First shot is up and good. Barstead and Bovey into the lineup for the Vikings. Second shot is up. It's off the back of the iron. Barstead with the rebound. We're all tied at 11 with 10 minutes and some seconds to go. Vikings have it on the right side. Hydorn with it. Gets it over to Bertram Schofield. She's in the lane, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound by the Mounders. Shizik with it across the timeline. Feeds it to Blaskowski on the right, back out high to Schreiber, and now they've got it over to Moore. Back out to Shizik, to Schreiber, to Roeder on the right side. She tries the right baseline, nowhere to go, gets it to Schreiber, jump shot from the right side, no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. Quickly down the floor she comes. Pulls up the dribble, gets it over to Barstead. Barstead circles around, takes it into the lane. Feeds it back out. Three-pointer on the way by Hydorn, no good. Rebound fed underneath Shipman. Her shot is no good. And the Mounders have it. Coming down the floor is Shizik. Shizik on the right side. Puts up the three, no good. Rebound taken down by Bertram Schofield, and she's on the run. She takes it down the left side of the lane, feeds it out to Shipman. Shipman takes it into the lane, lays it up, and it's good. You know, I got to say this. For McKenna Shipman, when she gets a lane to go through in the paint, she makes it look easy. I know it's not, but she makes it look easy. Down the floor come the Mounders. Ellie Shizik with it. She gets it out to Roeder, and then over to Moore on the left side. Back out high to Shizik. Shizik over to Roeder on the right. Then over to Shizik with a three-pointer. She hit it. Mounders take a 1-point lead, 14-13. 8:10 to go in the first half. Pass into the lane. Shipman with it. She took it up and got fouled on the way up. McKenna Shipman's going to go to the line. The foul is on Allie Roeder. It's her first personal. Third team foul on the Mounders. First shot is up and in. So we are tied. Best into the lineup for the Vikings. Vikings back to their starting five. Shipman has the ball. Second shot on the way. And it's in. Bounced off the front of the rim, rolled over the top and went in. 15-14, Vikings up by 1. Mounders looking for somewhere to go, and we get a timeout called by the Mounders. So we have a timeout on the floor, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
We're back here at Elk Mound High School. Vikings on top, 15-14. Inbound pass by the Mounders. Almost got stolen by the Vikings, but Blaskowski brings it up across the timeline. Feeding around the top of the key. Now they get it down underneath. Blaskowski turns around, puts it up, no good. Vikings come down with a rebound. This is Bovey with it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Barstead on the right side. Cross-court pass, Bertram Schofield to Shipman at the top of the key. Shipman drives down the side of the lane, puts it up, basket's good, and drew the harm. And the foul is on Roeder. It's her second personal.
Yeah, she's
fourth team.
Fourth team. Yep. I missed one somewhere.
And the shot is up, no good. Vikings get the rebound. Shipman has it. Feeds it out to Bovey, high, wide, and right. She takes it to the top of the key. Feeds it underneath to Shipman, tries to go up with it. Shot was blocked. Roeder with the block that time. And the Mounders come down the floor. This is Shizik between the circles. Takes it toward the lane, feeds it over to Blaskowski on the left. Then back to Levera on the right. Levera drives it into the paint, gets it out to Shizik, high, wide, and left. Shizik on the dribble between the circles. Takes it to the free throw line, down into the paint. Pass gets batted, and the Vikings have it. Down the floor, long lead pass to Barstead. They feed it underneath to Bovey, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Mounders.
Back into the Mounders, number 3, Brooke Emery, and number 33, Olivia Schreiber.
Colfax trying to still push and transition. Elk Mound's doing a good job kind of bottling it up.
Bovee with the inbound pass. Gets it over to Best in the right corner. Best feeds it to Barstead on the right side. Now out to Bovee. She fell over and taking the ball down the floor, laying it up, and a missed shot by Brooke Emery. She had a wide open layup and kind of rolled it off and no good. Vikings have it. Shipman puts it up and it's good.
Yeah, good job by McKenna Shipman. She got back, played defense, and then got all the way back down and got the 2 points.
Did you mark that one?
I did.
Okay, how many is that for her? How many is that?
Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Okay, I was going to say, she's had a hot hand this half. All right, Mounders have it at the top of the key. Shizik with it. Takes it down the right side. Feeds it over to Emery. Emery takes it into the lane. Gets it out to Schreiber. Schreiber's shot is no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Down the floor they come. Long lead pass to Shipman. Shipman turns around, puts it up, no good. Chases down her own rebound. Feeds it to Barstead. Barstead out to Bovee. Three-pointer on the way, no good, and we're going to get a foul. A foul on Brooke Emery, and that's going to send Bovee to the line for three.
Foul number 3, Brooke Emery, her second of the night.
That's a second foul on Emery. 15 foul.
Bovee, to line for 3.
And Bovee at the line for three because she was behind the arc. First shot on the way, it's good. Vikings up by 6, their largest lead of the night. Second shot, no good. And now for the third shot. Bovie's shot is up, it's good. Nothing but net that time. 21-14, Vikings on top. Blaskowski brings it across the timeline for the Mounders. Over to the right side, back to Blaskowski. Now they swing it around to the left, feed it out high, and in trouble. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Shipman.
Her second.
And that'll be the third foul on the Vikings.
Third foul. Yep.
Shizik with it between the circles for the Mounders. Gets it over to the left side to Emery. Emery back to Shizik. On the right side now to Levra. Levra takes it toward the lane, kicks it back out to Schreiber. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound taken down by Bovee. Feeds it to Bertram Schofield on the right. Back out high to Best. Best feeds it. It was just a hair behind Shipman, who forgot to catch the ball as she was cutting through the lane. So the Mounders have it. Over on the left side, this is Schreiber. Cross-court pass to Blaskowski. Blaskowski trying the right baseline. Kicks it out to Schreiber on the left. Then to Emery. Emery with a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound.
You got a whistle
to the Vikings,
foul?
But we're going to get a foul on Blaskowski. She went swatting at the ball and got more of Bertram Schofield than she got of the ball. So that'll be the 16 foul. 16 foul. So the Vikings will be in the bonus after this, as Best brings it across the timeline. Feeds it to Shipman. Turns around, takes it down the right side. She double teamed, feeds it to Best, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds and off of Schreiber, so it'll be Vikings ball.
Yeah, good job by Olivia Schreiber to keep up with that play. Knocked it out of bounds, but could have been an easy one for Colfax.
Bovee to inbound it, gets it out to Bertram Schofield, takes it into the lane. It rolls off her leg and the Mounders get it. Down the floor they come, taking it straight to the hole. It's no good, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul on Bertram Schofield on Shizik.
Foul number 24, Bertram Schofield. Her second of the night.
So that'll be the fourth team foul on the Vikings. Second foul on Bertram Schofield. First shot is up and good by Shizik.
Foul for the Vikings. Number 14.
Olsen into the lineup. Bertram Schofield takes a rest. Second shot is up. It's also good. 21-16. Vikings by 5. Down the floor comes Best. Best feeds it off to the right side to Shipman. Shipman, a cross-court pass, a little bit high for Barstead. It's out of bounds, and it'll go over to the Mounders. .328 to go in the first half. Mounders bring it down the floor with Blaskowski on the dribble. Blaskowski takes it over to the left side. Feeds it out to Shizik between the circles. Shizik takes it over to the right side to Emery down in the right corner. Drives into the lane, tries to put it up. We're going to get a foul.
Foul number 12.
And the foul is on Bovey.
Emery to the line for 2.
It's her first personal. 15 foul. Emery goes to the line for 2. First one rattles around and off. Hey, don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile. Maddie Barstead is our profile today, along with the Colfax High School report. Second shot is also no good. Barstead with the rebound. Gets it out to Best. Takes it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Olsen on the right side. Takes it out high, then gets it over to Hydorn. To Shipman on the left. Shipman out between the circles to Hydorn. Over to Olsen on the right. Olsen to Best on the left side. To Barstead. Barstead to Hydorn. Hydorn gets it to Olsen. It wasn't a clean pass. Pass underneath to Barstead. We got a battle for the ball. They're going to call a jump ball. And possession arrow in favor of the Mounders. 2:30 to go in the first half. Blaskowski with it. Across the timeline. Now between the circles. Feeds it to the right elbow, and then back over to Blaskowski. Back out high to Shizik at the top of the key. She backs out a little bit. Over to Lever on the left, to Blaskowski in the left corner. Blaskowski circles around into the paint. Gets it to Shizik on the right side, to Blaskowski. She hits the three-pointer. 21-19, Vikings by 2. Best with it. Gets it to Hydorn on the right side. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Shipman between the circles. Shipman takes it down the left side. Gets it to Barstead. Now out high to Best between the circles. Over to Olsen on the right wing. Her pass, it wasn't clean. Somebody must have got a fingertip on it because all of a sudden the ball died.
What I'm starting to see right now, Colfax, I think, is getting a little gas. They're not running their offense very well right now, and that's giving Elk Mound time to get in the way.
Mounders get the ball in. This time it gets stolen away by Hydorn. She picked a pocket there. They get it to Best. She's at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Hydorn on the right side. Dribbles into the lane. Bounce past Olsen on the left side. She tries the left baseline. Nothing there. Gets it back out to Hydorn. And we're going to get a jump ball called. Shizik tied her up. Hydorn dribbled right into that tie-up. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Shipman to inbound. Gets it to Olsen on the left side. To Best. They try to feed it down underneath to Shipman, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Emery, and that'll put Shipman to the line for the 1-and-1. That's the third foul on Emery. First shot is up, it's good. Into the lineup is Allie Roeder for the Mounders for Brooke Emery. Under a minute to go in the first half. They sure don't want Emery picking up a quick fourth foul. Shipman's second shot rattles around and in. 23-19.
Shipman has 16 of the 23.
Vikings bring it, or Mounders bring it down the floor. Moskowski on the left. Gets it out to Shizik between the circles. Long three-pointer, no good off the back of the iron. Farstead with it. Down the floor with 30 seconds to go.
I play for one.
Takes it around to the left side. And then gets it out to Best. Coach Serrar calling some signals from the bench. They feed it over to Hydorn on the right. Back to Barstead, 13 seconds. Vikings working for one shot. 10 seconds. Best on the way.
See if they get it inside the Ainsley.
And we got a whistle. And the foul is going to be on Schreiber. And with 4.9 seconds to go, it's going to put Hydorn at the line for the 1-and-1. First shot is up and good. And the second shot is up. It's no good. Now on the floor come the Mounders. Long shot is no good. So we've reached halftime with the score. The Vikings 24, Mounders 19. Viking halftime coming up right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Maddie Barstead. And Maddie's a senior at Colfax High School. Maddie, we know that you've been playing basketball for quite a while. When did you get started and what kind of an experience has it been?
I started in 3rd grade and it's been a great experience.
Okay. Now, when you're not playing basketball, what other kinds of things keep you busy and interested?
I like to play volleyball, and I also like to read.
Okay. Now, what is the most important thing that you've learned from playing basketball?
To shake off the last play no matter what happened.
So if something doesn't quite go the way it's supposed to, that's ancient history, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Couple rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Favorite flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Oh, good. All right. Favorite color and why?
Blue. And I don't know, it's a nice color.
Okay. All right. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I would fly so I wouldn't have to pay for plane tickets.
There you go. Now, of course, if you have a superpower like that, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what would be Maddie Barsted's superhero name?
Oh, no, I don't know. The Soaring Woman.
Soaring Woman, all right, that works. So what's your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
I like watching the Bucks.
Of course. I mean, when you win like the Bucks did last year, how could you not watch them? Favorite collegiate team?
UConn.
Okay. All right. We're talking with Maddie Barsted on Viking Profile. And Maddie, what are your plans for after high school?
I plan on going to Winona State University and majoring in nursing.
Okay, very good. How about a shout out to your family?
Hi, guys.
So when people come to Viking games, what position will they find you playing?
I'm usually kind of all over, so.
1 through 5 out there. That's Maddie Barsted. We want to thank Maddie Barsted for joining us today on Viking Profile. And coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics were brought to nearly a complete stop last week as COVID-19 reared its ugly head. The virus forced cancellation of one boys basketball game and the postponement of one other boys game and 2 girls games. The only team in action last week, once the virus hit, was the Bloomer Colfax Raptors wrestling team. On Tuesday the 11th, the Raptors hosted the Stanley Boyd Orioles in a dual meet. The Raptors strung together pins by Luke Blanchard, Bowen Rothbauer, Ethan Rubenzer, and James McElroy en route to a 46-24 victory. Then on Saturday, the Raptors traveled to Ladysmith to wrestle in the Ladysmith Invitational. At 120 pounds, Bryson Tusho placed 8th place. Alex Poyer took 3rd at 145 pounds. At 152 pounds, Luke Blanchard won the championship with a 5-2 decision over Tommy Quinn from Cameron. Then at 160 pounds, Bowen Rothbauer followed suit by capturing the championship by pinning Josh Simon from Cumberland at 3 minutes and 34 seconds. At 170 pounds, Ethan Rubenzer took 4th place, while Ethan Nitek captured 6th at 182 pounds. Wrapping up the action for the Raptors was Brock McCann, who placed 5th at 195 pounds. The Bloomer Colfax Raptors placed 6th out of 19 teams at the Invitational. Now, prior to the virus striking, the Viking boys took on and defeated the Eleva-Strum Cardinals 80-49. That leaves the boys with an overall record of 5 wins and 5 losses, and a Dunn-St. Croix Conference record of 2 wins and 2 losses. The boys were scheduled to play Spring Valley on Thursday as well as Somerset on Friday. However, COVID had other ideas. The game with Somerset has been canceled and will not be made up, but the game with Spring Valley will be made up on Tuesday, January 25th. The Viking girls were scheduled to take on the Elk Mound Mounders on Tuesday and the Plum City Elmwood Wolves on Friday. Both games were postponed and will be made up, with the game at Elk Mound on January 22nd and the game in Plum City on February 14th. This week, the Viking basketball teams get back to a busy schedule with 4 games total. The Viking boys start the week by hosting the Elk Mound Mounders on Tuesday. Then on Friday, they will travel to Elmwood to take on the Plum City Elmwood Wolves. We will have both games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls will play 2 games. They will begin their week by hosting the Glenwood City Hilltoppers on Thursday, and then on Saturday they will travel to Elk Mound to make up the game with the Elk Mound Mounders. This will be a battle of the 2 teams sitting on top of the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. We are carrying both games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Bloomer Colfax wrestlers have two events this week. On Thursday, the Raptors will take on the Cadott Hornets in a dual meet at Cadott High School. Then on Saturday the 22nd, the Grapplers will travel to Shell Lake for the Shell Lake Invite. Now, coming up next week, the Bloomer Colfax wrestlers will travel to Abbotsford for a dual meet as they prepare for the conference meet coming up in a couple of weeks. The Viking boys basketball team will have two games next week. On Tuesday the 25th, they will make up their postponed game with Spring Valley, and on Thursday the 27th, they will host the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. The Viking girls are also scheduled for two games next week. On Tuesday the 25th, the girls will travel to Mondovi to take on the Mondovi Buffaloes, and then on Friday the 28th, the girls will travel to Durand to take on the Durand Panthers. We will carry those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, students will be released from school at 12:30 on Friday for teacher in-service. There will also be no morning or afternoon junior kindergarten. Friday is also the final day of the second quarter and the first semester. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of January 16th.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is second half action.
And we're back here at Elk Mound High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow. Chris Olson on the camera. And Dan, Vikings are ahead 24-19. Who are the leading scorers for each team?
Yeah, the leading scorer for Elk Mound right now is number 5, Ellie Shizik. She has 10 points. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer is number 42, McKenna Shipman, with 16.
And Shipman definitely had a hot hand early in the game.
Yeah, she found the way to the hoop, got baseline shots, played good defense, and she's kind of carrying the team right now. So we'll see what Elk Mound does to change that, or if they let her go yet.
So we're getting ready to start things off, and the Mounders will have the ball. They'll be going from right to left now. And with the ball is Blaskowski. She gets it to Emery, back to Blaskowski. Cuts across the paint, gets it back out to Emery. Her shot is no good. Rebound by Schreiber. Out to Shizik. To Emery. Emery drives down, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound. And we're going to get a foul called on the Mounders. And the foul's on Emery. That's her fourth.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So into the lineup, Allie Roeder. And the Vikings bring it down the floor. Leading by 5. 24-19. Bovey with a three-pointer. Rims around and off, no good. Rebound. Chased down. Finally, the Mounders get it, but it's taken away. We're going to get a jump ball call. Bertram Schofield tried to steal it away, but they both have possession for a moment, and jump ball call. Possession arrow in Vikings direction. Best with it. Feeds it over to the left side to Bovey. Down underneath to Barstead. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound knocked back in. Shipman picks it up. Shot's no good. Barstead tries to go up with it, and we're going to get a pushing foul.
I do believe it. Oh, it's not.
And it's on Barstead.
Foul's on who?
Foul's on Barstead.
Oh. Wow. That was interesting.
And down the floor come the Mounders. That's the second foul on Barstead. First team foul on the Vikings. Blaskowski on the left side. She's high, wide, and left. Gets it back over to the right side to Levra. To Shizik. Back out high to Blaskowski. Over to Levra from the left corner. Three-pointer on the way. Rattles around and out. Bovee with the rebound for the Vikings, and down the floor she comes. Kicks it out to Best. Thought about the three-pointer, decided against it. Gets it over to Bertram Schofield, puts up the three. No good. Rebound, batted around. Mounders come away. Shizik with it, stops at the top of the key, puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound, fought for underneath, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul.
32.
And Jasmine Best with the foul. Second personal on Best, second team foul on the Vikings. Laskowski to inbound it. She gets to Levra. Then out to Roeder. Down in the corner to Shizik on the right side. To Levra. Cross court over to Roeder. Then out to Shizik. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Put back up and no good. And that was put up by Roeder. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Viking ball. I think both teams thought the other team touched it last because nobody was going for it. And so the Vikings bring it down the floor. Barstead gets it over to Shipman down in the left corner. She gets it out high to Bovee. Back over to Barstead. Three-pointer from the left side is no good. Shizik with it. Feeds it to Blaskowski. High, wide, and right. Over to the left side. This is Roeder. To Shriver. To Blaskowski. Takes it into the paint. Out to Levra. To Shizik. To Roeder. On the right side. She spins. Tries to move into the paint. And the Vikings come away with the ball. Best with it. And they feed it to Shipman in the lane. She puts it up and in. A lot of bumping and grinding as she was going toward the hole, but it went in.
Yeah, good defense by Elk Mound, but better play by Shipman.
And the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Bovee. 26-19, Vikings on top. 14:51. Mounders inbound it. Shizik with it between the circles. Gets it over to Blaskowski on the left. She tries the left baseline, takes it in. Doesn't get it to go, but we're going to get a foul.
Let's see who they get.
And they got Barstead. Third personal on Barstead. First shot is up. It's no good. Olsen into the lineup for Barstead.
Down to the Vikings. Number 14. Olsen.
Second shot is up. Rolls around and off, no good. Olsen comes away with the rebound. Gets it over to Best, and down the floor she comes. Takes it down the right side, feeds it into the lane to Shipman. Shipman kicks it back out to Bovee. Bovee drives into the paint, puts it up, and it rattles in. Jillian Bovee.
She's got 4 points.
28-19. Vikings up by 9. Laskowski with it on the right side. Gets it down into the right corner to Shriver. Shriver feeds it to Shizik. Ball gets knocked loose. Down the floor comes Shipman. Looking for the hole, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul called underneath on Blaskowski.
Yeah, she went for the steal.
You know, I hope that Blaskowski never tries to play poker because she does not have a poker face. She came out of that, and you knew that they had called that foul on her. She was smiling. She knew it happened. Inbound pass missed everybody. And so the Mounders will get it. Pass comes into Shizik, and Shizik brings it across the timeline. Tries to feed it over to the right side. Ball gets knocked out of bounds off of Bovee. Hydorn in. Bovee takes a break. Schreiber to inbound for the Mounders. And we got a timeout being called by the Mounders. So 13:49 to go in the game. Vikings 28, Mounders 19. You're tuned to Viking basketball in the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
And we're back here at Elk Mound. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Chris Olson on the camera. Mounders have the ball. Vikings have the lead, 28-19. Shizik on the dribble. Feeds it over to the left side to Blaskowski. Tries the left baseline. Cross court on pass underneath to Schreiber. Nice looking play that time with a feed to Schreiber as she lays it up and in. 28-21, Vikings on top. Heidorn with it on the right side. Takes it out to the free throw line, then over to Olson on the right side. To Best, between the circles. To Bertram Schofield. Trying to feed it over to Olson. Ball gets intercepted though by Shizik. Shizik on the right side now. Takes it to the top of the key over to Blaskowski on the left. Blaskowski looking for that left side baseline. Pass out to Roeder. They swing it around to the right side. Schreiber has it now on the right. Puts the shot up from the paint, no good. Rebound taken down by Bertram Schofield. Down the floor come the Vikings. Best on the dribble. Gets it to Olson on the right. She takes it to the top of the key. Down the lane, lays it up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Mounders. Long lead pass to Shizik. Shizik on the left side. Gets it out to Schreiber. Over to Blaskowski on the right. Back over to Shizik on the left. Three-pointer on the way, and it got stuck on the rim. Now in the boys' game, somebody just jumps up and gets it.
Yeah, right. Chris, you got a good view on that?
And the official, there he goes, he knocked it out. That's like 3 games in a row we've had that happen.
They got to get that magnet out of that ball.
All right, Mounders inbound. Schreiber into Levra. To Shizik. To Roeder. Back over to Levra. To Blaskowski. She's on the left. Takes it over to the free throw line. To Shizik with a three-pointer.
Yeah, big three there by Shizik.
28-24, Vikings by 4. Shipman with it, working in the lane, gets it out to Best. Her shot is no good. Rebound. Long lead pass. Schreiber with the layup. It's no good. Shipman with the rebound to Best. Streaking back down the floor. The ball gets taken from Best and out of bounds. And Schreiber went kind of crashing into the doorway area.
Number 11, that's Moore.
Schreiber's going to come out. Moore goes in. Trainer's going to take a quick look at her. Vikings inbound it. Best has it. Gets it out to Heidorn. Into the lane to Shipman. They put a body on her, and Shipman couldn't get it to fall. Down the floor comes Roeder, feeds it out for a three-pointer is no good from Levera. She gets the rebound back, no good. Shipman with the rebound. And the Vikings come back down the floor. Best at the top of the key. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman. To Hydorn. Hydorn to the elbow. Gets it out to Olsen from the top of the key. Three-pointer, no! Rebound taken down by the Mounders. Lever across the timeline. She stops at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Shizik, high, wide, and right. Back over to Levera. To Moore. Moore takes it into the lane, puts a shot up. It's no good. Ball bounces off the back of Shipman. Knocked her down, but the Vikings got the ball. Best with it. We're going to get a blocking foul called. And it's a blocking foul on Shizik.
Now into the Vikings, number 12, Jillian Bovey.
Into the lineup for the Vikings are Bovey and Barstead. That's a second foul on Shizik. Third team foul on the Mounders. Bovey to inbound. Long pass out to Barstead, over to Shipman, to Bovey, three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron, no good. Mounders with it with Blaskowski on the dribble. Feeds it over to the right side. Now they swing it over to the left side to Levera. Levera takes it down to the baseline, then gets it back out to Roeder, then to Shizik. Shizik at the top of the key to Blaskowski on the right. Blaskowski on the dribble. Tries the right baseline, tries to put up. Shot got blocked by Emily Bertram Schofield. Feeding it to Shipman, lays it up, no good. She was never really under control as she went down. Right back down the floor come the Mounders. Shizik with it. Blaskowski from the right side. Air ball with her three-point attempt is no good. It'll be Viking ball.
Yeah, this pace for both teams is kind of out of not their MO. They're more of a half-court offense, so we'll see if they settle down.
So the Vikings have it. Bring it down on the right or left side. Bertram Schofield trying the left baseline, tries to feed it into the paint. Nobody there but white jerseys. Shizik with it. Gets it to Blaskowski as she takes it around on the right side. To Schreiber. Now they get it over to the left side to Shizik. Shizik to the free throw line to Blaskowski. Three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound knocked around, and we're going to get a push. Allie Roeder gave a bit of a shove to Best as she was trying to get the ball. That's a third foul on Roeder. 8:42 remaining. Best on the dribble. To Bertram Schofield. They swing it around to the right side to Best. Best out high to Barstead. Barstead three-pointer off the front of the iron, no good. Mounders with the rebound. Shizik with it. Brings it down the floor. Feeds it to Blaskowski. Over on the left side. And we're going to get a timeout call by the Mounders. Vikings 28, Mounders 24. 8:14 to go. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
January is Financial Wellness Month. Weight loss and physical fitness are common New Year's resolutions, but your finances could probably stand to be leaner as well. Dairy State Bank will post tips all month on Facebook and Twitter to help you get your finances in shape. You can also access a library of information anytime in our online education center. Visit dairystatebank.com and click on the Education Center under the Resources tab. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
We're back at Elk Mound High School with the Vikings having a 28-24 lead. Mounders with the ball, 8:14 to go in the game. Dare I say in regulation. Blaskowski with the dribble. Over to the right side. She's high, wide, and right. Still on the dribble. Cross-court pass over to Roeder. Back out to Shizik. To Blaskowski on the right. Takes down the right baseline. Ball gets knocked out of bounds off of Barsted's leg. So it'll still be Mounders' ball.
Big possession right now. See if Colfax can seal off the inside or if Elk Mound gets in.
Blaskowski feeds it into Schreiber. Ball goes out of bounds, but it was off the Vikings, and Bovey pleading the case saying it was off of Schreiber, but that didn't go anywhere. So the Mounders inbound it, but the ball gets stolen by Barsted. Takes it down the floor, and she got tripped up as she was going in for the layup. Let's see if they give her the 2 shots. Yes, they're saying she was in her motion for the basket.
That's Roeder's 4th.
So that's 2 with 4 fouls for the Mounders. Barsted's first shot rims around and off. Emery back into the lineup, and she's the other one with 2. Second shot is up. That one's good. 29-24. Down the floor come the Mounders. They feed it over to the left side to Schreiber. Out to Shizik. Over to the right side to Emery. Emery on the dribble, takes it into the paint, but they feed it out to the left side. Blaskowski drives into the paint, puts it up, and we're going to get a blocking foul called on Shipman.
We'll see. Yeah, let's see if they get her. They do. That's her 3rd.
That's her 2nd foul. First shot by Blaskowski is no good. Blaskowski's second shot rattles around and off, no good. Vikings get the rebound, and down the floor comes Best. Across the timeline, feeds it over to the right side to Bovey. Bovey out to Shipman. Back over to Bovey. Into the lane to Barsted. And the Mounders come away with it. A lot of physical activity happening in that lane. Down the baseline, they feed it out to the left side. Three-pointer is made by Lydia Levra. 29-27, Vikings up by 2. Feeding it underneath to Bovey. She tries to feed it out to Bertram Schofield, but the ball got knocked out of bounds by the Mounders.
Yeah, Maddie Barsted tried to come up to the baseline to help, and Elk Mound's too good of outside shooting team.
Best has the inbound pass. They get it over to Bovey on the left side. Out high to Shipman. Shipman feeds it to Barsted on the left side of the lane. Back out to Best, three-pointer launched, and she hit the three! Three-pointer for Jasmine Best, 32-27 Vikings.
Her first 3 points of the night.
Down the floor comes Shizik. Over to Blaskowski, to Emery, to Levra, to Shizik. Shizik at the free throw line. Out to Blaskowski. Three-pointer on the way, off the iron, no good. Rebound by Schreiber. Her shot is no good. Shipman with the rebound for the Vikings. Vikings come down the floor. Bertram Schofield with it, puts it up and in. Bertram Schofield got free down underneath, and Barsted found her. Mounders with it on the right side. Shizik to Schreiber, to Levra, to Blaskowski on the left. Emery's on the left wing. Out high to Shizik, still working the left side. She tries the left baseline, turns, goes back out. Feeds it out to Emery, three-pointer on the way, off the back of the air, no good. Shipman with the rebound. As hot as Shipman was with the shots in the first half, she's that way with the rebounds in the second half. Bertram Schofield with it on the right. Gets it to Bovey. Bovey feeds it to Shipman, and she got hammered hard as she was going up. That would have been a pretty good check in hockey. So Shipman to go to the line for two. That's a third foul on Blaskowski. Sixth team foul on the Mounders. First shot is up, no good.
Back into the Vikings, number 10, Molly Hydorn.
Hydorn checks in for the Vikings. Bovey has a seat. Shipman's second shot rattles in. 35-27.
McKenna's got 19.
Down the floor come the Mounders. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Bertram Schofield. And she can't believe it. And she's looking over at the bench. Come on, coach. What'd I do? All right, inbound pass. Shizik has it. Feeds it over to Blaskowski on the left side. Takes it out to the top of the key. Closely guarded by Best. Blaskowski takes it down the right side, goes up. Shot's no good. And we're going to get a foul called. I believe it's on, no, it's on
10.
It's on Hydorn. That's her first personal. 16 foul on the Vikings. So after Blaskowski shoots these two shots, both teams will be in the bonus. First shot was good. Here's her second. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound being fought for on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball called.
Good hustle by 32, Jasmine Best.
You know this game means a lot with as many people diving for the loose balls as you see. Inbound pass to Shipman. Feeds it down to Bertram Schofield. Back to Shipman, lays it up, and it goes in. Again, Shipman had the wide open layup, and that's her bread and butter. 37-28, Vikings by 9. Shizik with it on the left side to Blaskowski. Over to the right side to Levera. Levera into the paint, puts a shot up, it's no good, and we're going to get a foul called on Barstead.
Yeah, she thought she was there.
And that's the fourth foul on Barstead.
Lydia Levera to the line for 2.
First shot is up, no good. Bovey into the lineup for Hydorn. Second shot up and off the back of the iron. Bovey with the rebound, but it got knocked loose. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Mounders. Levera with it, trying the left baseline, gets it back out to Blaskowski, cross-court pass over to Schreiber. Schreiber to Blaskowski, cutting through the lane. She lost the handle on the ball as she was trying to go up with it, and it went out of bounds, so it'll be Viking ball.
Good hands by Jillian Bovey for Colfax.
So the Mounders inbound it. Blaskowski high, wide, and left. She takes it out to the top of the key. To Shizik on the left side, puts up the three, no. Rebound taken down by Bovee.
Big possession right here for Colfax.
Best on the dribble into the forecourt. Feeds it over to Bertram Schofield on the left. To Bovee at the top of the key. To Best on the right. To Barstead at the top of the key. Takes it down the left side. Tries to feed it into the paint and put it in a little bit too hot that time. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be the Mounders' ball.
Elk Mound trying to keep it a single point deficit right now.
Or single digit, yeah. Vikings by 9. 37-28. Laskowski into the lane, puts it up. We're going to get a blocking foul on Bertram Schofield.
Or is it McKenna? It is McKenna this time.
McKenna Shipman, okay. I was basing it on the reaction of the player. Third foul on McKenna Shipman. 8th foul on the Vikings. Laskowski at the line. First shot is up. It's no good. .251 to go. Second shot on the way. That one's good. 37-29. Best bringing it down across the timeline on the right side. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Shizik. And Best goes to the line for the 1-on-1. That's the third foul on Shizik. 7th team foul. Shot is up and good. She'll get another. Second shot is up. It's also good. Vikings up by 10. Biggest lead of the night. Down the floor comes Levra. They get it over to Emery. Back out to Levra. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound tapped around out of bounds. It's going to be Elk Mound's ball. And it's going to be Levra to inbound. Gets it into Schreiber. Out to Emery. Emery high, wide, and left. Gets it out to Schreiber. Back over to Emery. Emery to Blaskowski. Over to Shizik. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. And they get over to Best to bring it down the floor. Now back to Bovee. Passes down across the timeline to Bertram Schofield. Back over to Bovee. She's high, wide, and right.
All right, this game is going to be one at the line now.
Arstead to Bertram Schofield. And we get a whistle and the foul. And that's on Emery. That's all for her.
I got 5 on her.
And she finishes the night with 5 points.
Back into the Mounders, number 13.
And Brooke Emery, a lot of her talent was out there, not so much shooting, but as a ball handler. Did a nice job of directing traffic out there for the Mounders. She'll be a loss. Free throw by Bertram Schofield is off the iron, no good. Mounders have it, but the ball gets intercepted by Best. Quickly into the forecourt. Pass over to Bertram Schofield between the circles. Gets it out to Barstead, high, wide, and right. Passes over to the left side to Shipman. To Bovee. To Bertram Schofield. Vikings running the clock, and we get a whistle and a foul on Schreiber. Minute 41 to go.
Schreiber, her second of the night. Bertram Schofield to the line for the bonus.
Emily Bertram Schofield at the line. Shot is up and good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. 41-29. Vikings on top. Mounders bring it down the floor. Laskowski over to Shizik, to Levra. They feed it down to Roeder. Roeder takes it down the baseline. Shot goes up, it's no good. But we have a foul, and I believe it's on Barstead.
That'd be her fifth.
Oh, that's 5 on her. So she finishes the night with...
I have 1 point.
Only 1 point.
You know, she didn't get a lot of points, but her presence tonight on the court.
She provides a lot of leadership, a lot of directing the ball.
Is it double? We had,
It
what if
been
their
a
clock only goes to 9? They can't go to 10. Or to double digits.
Okay. His shot is up. That one's also no good. And ball gets knocked out of bounds off Blaskowski. No, we have a foul on Blaskowski.
I do believe that's 4 for her.
No, the scoreboard can go to double digits.
Okay.
Were they saying it was a shooting foul, maybe?
Well, I think everybody thought that it was a double bonus for Colfax.
All right, first shot goes up. It's no good.
Or for Elk Mound, I mean.
Second shot by Hydorn is up. Off the back of the air, no good. Rebound to the Mounders. A minute 19. Down the floor come the Mounders. The ball gets knocked loose. Blaskowski tries to save it.
Good job at Blaskowski to knock it off.
And she bounced it off of Hydorn, I believe.
Yeah, good hustle there by Blaskowski.
So the Mounders inbound it to Shizik. Top of the key. Comes down the left side. Feeds it over to Levra. Levra back to Shizik at the top of the key. At the elbow to Levra. A three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound chased down by Hydorn. Vikings have it. We have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be a foul on Levra, I believe. Under a minute to go.
Foul number 15.
And the foul is on Lydia Levra. It's her first. Jillian Bovey to the line for the double bonus.
Jillian Bovey to the line for the double bonus.
First shot is up, no good. Second shot goes in. Down the floor come the Mounders, and we're going to get a traveling violation called on Shizik. She kind of skidded a little bit that time as she was trying to change direction. Bovey inbounds it to Best. 45 seconds left. Best feeds it into the forecourt to Bovey. Bovey on the dribble, gets it out to Shipman. Over to Bertram Schofield. Out to Best. To Bovey. 25 seconds. Vikings going to run the clock here. Going to try to run it out. Bertram Schofield on the right. Bovey out at the top of the key, or between the circles. To Best. She puts the ball on her hips. Fans dressed in red are on their feet. 4 seconds. Nobody's coming after the ball, and that's going to be it. Final score, Vikings 42, Mounders 29. A big victory for the Vikings, and the Dunn-St. Croix Conference puts them all alone in first place. So the Vikings are in, as I referred to it with Coach Serrar, in the catbird seat in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference race. And we'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Grammar Avenue in Colfax.
And find it's time to harvest? Give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. Well, not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And we're back over here at Elk Mound High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow. Chris Olson's on the camera for us tonight. And it's a little bit of Viking postgame, and a happy postgame it is for the Vikings tonight. Coming out on top of the Elk Mound Mounders, 42-29. And Dan, that game was a lot closer than that score indicates.
Both teams evenly matched. Came down to free throws at the end.
And good, hard, physical basketball. The girls knew they had to be willing to take a hit. McKenna Shipman, I think she thought she was in a hockey game. She got banged around so many times down there.
Yeah, you know, that was a very physical game for Colfax. It's one of the more physical teams they've seen teams so far this year. But that's good for the future, something they can kind of work on.
And joining us right now, Coach Sarar, congratulations. This is a big one.
Yeah, it's a huge win for us, you know. Anytime you can beat Elk Mound at their place, it's, you know, exciting. We're excited about it. We stayed in first place in the Dunn-St, and that was our ultimate goal.
And Dan and I were just saying before you came up that the score 42-29 does not indicate how close that game was throughout the entire game. It was a tough physical game all the way through.
Yeah, I thought offensively we were very mediocre, but defensively we were great. You know, we held them to 10 points in the second half. We just couldn't find the bucket there for a while. You know, hats off to Emily Burcham. She worked her absolute butt off on that Shizik kid. You know, and Jazzy Best did an amazing job on that Blaskowski. So I was impressed with our, you know, ability to just keep them frustrated, and I thought those two did an amazing job.
And from here, it looked like it wasn't so much that your girls couldn't find the basket. Their defense kept you from finding the basket. They were very physical in and around the paint and making girls shoot off balance. And that's going to hurt your shooting percentage, but you know what? You shot better than they did today.
Yeah, I thought we forced a lot of things that weren't there when we could have, worked it around a little bit more and got something. But like I said, my girls never quit. They never stopped playing, and I was just proud of the way that they hung with it.
And holy cow, was McKenna Shipman hot in the first half. That's one of those, you just keep feeding her when she's that hot.
Yeah, Kenna is, she just finds a way to put the ball in the basket. It doesn't matter, who's guarding her. It doesn't matter, what we're in or anything like that. She has great touch around the rim, and she's quick and can read defense well. She did. Thank God she was putting it in, because otherwise I'm not sure what we would have done.
Well, it all worked out. You've got Mondovi coming up on Tuesday. We're going to have that as a girls and boys doubleheader here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. We'll have you guys live from down in Mondovi, and then we'll follow that up with the boys game, same day coverage with the boys game after that. And Mondovi, nothing to sneeze at. They gave you everything you could handle the first time around until the very end when you started pulling away.
Yeah, it's a big week for us, 2 huge road games, so we just got to keep, doing what we're doing.
Well, congratulations again. 7-0 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, 14-1 overall. Way to go, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be back with more Viking Postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. And my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Back here at Elk Mound High School, Vikings come out on top in this big battle in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, 42-29 over the Elk Mound Mounders. And Dan, why don't you tell us how we got to those scores?
Yeah, here's the scores for Elk Mound tonight. They're led by number 5, Ella Shizik with 13. We had Tor Blaskowski with 6, Brooke Emery with 5. We had Ellie. Oh yeah, I already got Ellie. Lydia Lever with 3. Olivia Schreiber with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer tonight was number 42, McKenna Shipman. She had 21 points, followed by Emily Bertram-Schofield with 7. We had Jasmine Best with 5. We had Jillian Bovey and Molly Hardorn with 4, and we had Maddie Barstead with 1.
That's kind of out of character for Maddie to only have 1, but her importance on the floor, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, is much more than putting up a lot of points. Her leadership and direction out there on the floor, in many respects, and Coach Serrar has said this in the past too, that's what makes the team work. It's, she's the quarterback out there. Aaron Rodgers does not score all the touchdowns. Someone's got to catch the ball. Someone's got to run the ball. And the same thing's true with the Vikings. See, I'm getting us ready for the Packer game that's coming up a little
Good
later
segue.
this evening. So,
good job by Elk Mound. Last by 3-4 games, Colfax had probably 10, 11 girls in points, and they kept them to 6 girls with points tonight.
And it was a huge defensive battle. That's the defensive play of the Vikings is going to make a big difference as this season moves along. And tonight was a good example of that. Questions are out there, though. What do we do when Stella Rude comes back and is in the game when we play it at Colfax? Is that going to make a difference?
Right.
It's going to keep the rivalry going. This is a great rivalry. You can tell it is. Look at the floor.
You look down there at the floor and you see a lot of people. There's a lot of Viking fans down there milling around, talking with the kids as they come out of the locker room. But there's a lot of Mounder fans down there as well. So it's been a great night of basketball, and we've got more coming your way because the Viking boys are going to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. That's a Dunn-St. Croix Conference game on Tuesday. Now this is going to be part 2 of a girls-boys doubleheader. You heard me mention that to Coach Serrar just a couple minutes ago. And the boys will have same-day coverage, and it'll begin with Viking pregame starting shortly after the conclusion of the girls' game at Mondovi, and that'll be followed by all the play-by-play action. We're looking for that to start about 9:30 on Tuesday night. The girls' game on Tuesday as they go down to Mondovi, take on the Mondovi Buffaloes. That's a big Dunn-St. Croix matchup right there, too. That's part 1 of the doubleheader. It will be live, and Viking pregame will begin at 6:55, and that will follow with all the live play-by-play action. And then don't forget, the boys against Spring Valley will follow shortly after the conclusion of that game. So that's Colfax Girls Basketball on Tuesday night at on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Bloomer Colfax wrestling team will be in action next Friday, the 28th, when they travel to Abbotsford to take on the Abbotsford Falcons in their final dual meet of the season. Hey, don't forget that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, Aaron's Custom Baling, Fit Fam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Make sure you thank these fine sponsors for making it possible to bring you Colfax Spice. Let's try this again. Making it possible to bring you Colfax Vikings basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Chris Olson and Dan Petchow, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Vikings 42 and the Mounders 29. Vikings now all alone in first place in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.